no meeting, right?
No, Pradeep.
Was there a meeting?
There was a meeting. The meeting was.
No, meeting is not the point, Pradeep.
There was a meeting.
You will understand. When I, as the national spokesperson of the BJP, I make it very clear. Meetings happen all the time. But Sushant's family has to get justice. India has to get justice. Journalists who have been working day and night to pursue this dream of ensuring justice have to be given justice by our...
From Kashmir to Kanyakumari, from SSR to Ram Mandir, from top to bottom, it was a famous journalist, the owner of Republic TV, Mr. Arnab Goswami. In today's segment, I, Ajay Sudani, will be highlighting how media hides the concrete facts but rather focuses on the mere ones. As seen in the clip, which focuses on the demise of the famous Bollywood celebrity Sushant Singh Rajput, the controversial death gave media houses a chance to raise up their viewerships, with SSR being a prominent story for all over a month. Many important topics such as the COVID-19 pandemic and the fall of GDP were neglected at that time. COVID-19 cases were rising like a day after India registered the highest single-day rise of nearly around 79,000 COVID-19 cases at that time. Many states, many semi-rural and rural workers also were not able to have a one-time meal, and when during the time of the economic horizon was filled with dark signs of economic contractions. Audience also likes having blatant news on emotions rather than facts and figures. Early today, while recording this, a news also broke out where WhatsApp chats between the Arnab Goswami and ex-BARC CEO have been leaked by advocate Prashant Bhushan. According to Mumbai police, Arnab Goswami with the accused have been involved in manipulating TRP ratings to bring Republic TV to the number one position. With the above facts, one can always know what the big media houses do and raising irrational propaganda in spite of focusing on the facts which generally need attention. In no manner I harm the image and reputation of Arnab Goswami, but peacefully state my point that media, considering the most powerful weapon, should be used wisely. Thank you.
इन ऊंचे ऊंचे पहाड़ों को गलवान घाटी के पहाड़ बताते हैं। ये क्लेम कर रहे हैं कि वो ग्राउंड जीरो से रिपोर्टिंग कर रहे हैं।
लगातार मैं आपको यहाँ से ग्राउंड रिपोर्ट भेज रही हूँ। उसकी वजह यही है कि यहाँ जो हो रहा है उसको आप समझ पाएं।
अगर हम यहाँ बैठ के गलवान वैली गूगल मैप पर सर्च करें तो ये 218 किलोमीटर यहाँ से गलवान का डिस्टेंस दिखा रहा है।
हम पहाड़ों के जरिए ही समझते हैं तो इसके आगे जो आप बर्फीला हिस्सा देख रहे हैं वहां से गलवान घाटी और साथ में जो अक्सई चिन्ह का इलाका है वो शुरू हो जाता है।
तो देश की मीडिया ग्राउंड जीरो से 2018 किलोमीटर दूर बैठ के ग्राउंड रिपोर्टिंग कर रहे हैं।
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया श्वेता सिंह। फिलहाल लद्दाख से ये तस्वीर दिखाने के लिए, वहां से ग्राउंड रिपोर्ट बताने के लिए।
ऐसे हालात में देश की मीडिया देश को क्यों गुमराह कर रहा है, देश को क्यों झूठ बोल रहा है।
Hello everyone, welcome to our news channel. This is our news reporter Itanshi Bum. People are not allowed to go 40 kilometers ahead of Leh town. However, there's some news reporters who are claiming that they are in Galwan Hill, which is not true. These reporters are actually sitting in ground zero and telling us that they are in Galwan Hill. If we Google this, then Galwan Hill is 218 kilometers away from ground zero. These news reporters are sitting on ground zero and just claiming that they are reporting from 218 kilometers away and spreading the wrong news and the wrong site and pictures. It's a humble request that you all make sure that you all are focusing on the correct news. Thank you.
नमस्कार, आप देख रहे हैं हल्ला बोल। आपके साथ मैं हूं अंजना ओम कश्यप। इश्क पर केस दर्द समझ लीजिए, क्योंकि ये आज की सदी का हिंदुस्तान है। एक 18 साल की लड़की रातों रात पूरी दुनिया में छा गई। दीवानगी का असर ये होता है कि करोड़ों लोग वीडियो शेयर कर लेते हैं, लेकिन इस बीच कुछ लोगों को ये गवारा नहीं और वो इसके खिलाफ पुलिस शिकायत कर देते हैं, चेतावनी जारी कर देते हैं। हम बात कर रहे हैं प्रिया वारियर की, जिसके बारे में कुछ मौलानाओं को ये आपत्ति है कि उसके गाने से इस्लाम का अपमान हुआ है। मौलाना खादरी ये कह रहे हैं कि जब वो नमाज के लिए आंखें बंद करते हैं तो उन्हें प्रिया वारियर दिख रही हैं। बहस का यही मुद्दा है, पहले ये रिपोर्ट देखें।
Good day to one and all. As we can see in the video, the news reporters did not verify their sources correctly, and this led to an embarrassing moment on behalf of the news channel. The fake quote was from a parody published by an account called Times Hot. Later on, the anchor tried to justify the mistake on Twitter, as we can see in the clip. In conclusion, I would like to say that if the news reporters themselves cannot verify the facts, then how can we as the public trust what they are showcasing us? Thank you.
Hello everyone. Now that you've seen plenty examples of fake or wrong news being spread on a level as big as the national TV, I'm Monish Agrawal. I'm here to speak about ways to prevent this from happening, and mainly to tell you how to trust a news story in today's age. We receive fake or misleading messages and news every day via family WhatsApp groups or through other social media applications such as Facebook. Fake news and misinformation campaigns are as old as time, but they've never been as weaponized as they are now. This is due to the improved connectivity and widespread use of social media. As such, differentiating between fake news and real news has become a nightmare. So, how can you fight this? How can you fact check fake news? Most of us might not always have the time or energy to fact check everything we read on the internet, especially when it involves reading multiple articles and identifying false information manually. There are multiple ways in which you can quickly fact check fake news on Google. The easiest method is by simply typing fact check search term in the Google search box, then search the results. And this shows the relevant fact check articles on a topic. Apart from showing fact check results in Google search, Google has also launched a dedicated tool to identifying fake news. Launch the Google fact check tool and search whatever it is that you are searching. The tool then shows results with the fake claimed and the results of the fact check. In India, ALT News is a famous fact checking website that battles the phenomenon of fake news. ALT News is also the signatory partner of the International Fact Checking Network. Apart from this, you can always go to credible and trustworthy websites for accurate information such as government and educational websites that ends with .gov or .edu, or websites such as WHO for public health related information. Thank you.
So, with that said, here's the conclusion. Knowing what's going on in one's community, country, and the world is important. But with so many different ways to get information about current events, from social media sites like Facebook and Snapchat, TV channels like NBC and Fox News, newspapers like the New York Times and your local paper, not to mention your friends and family, it's harder not to be bombarded with a fire hose of information. It's obviously difficult to decide what to believe, what to question, and what to just plain ignore. How do you know what to believe? As Monish mentioned, you can do a search online for publications that consistently report the news in a factual, balanced way. Not balance. Now, balance doesn't mean always that they advocate for both sides equally, but they will get comments from both sides. They will interview or invite on correspondent with wide-ranging ideologies. Finally, if you get most of your news from an individual who is yelling at the camera, spraying his pity all over the place, crying and laughing and enraged all in a 5-minute segment, you are listening to someone's very rigid opinion. The Economist and the Atlantic lean conservative, NPR leans liberal. So if you want to stick with your ideology, and you should, you can find sane journalists reporting news that would interest you. But don't allow anyone tell you that organizations are your enemy. News organizations are your enemy. Those people want you to trust no one but him or her. That goes for religious leaders, teachers, or anyone else who is not willing to hear at least another point of view. Thank you.